go. He's just coming down the Cooper Straight, makes his way around Andy York and bombs uphill through Surtees, McLaren clearways and into Clark Curve. There he goes. Aaron Reeve in that BMW M2. Headlights on, indicating that he is on a hot lap. Again, we have only 8 minutes left in this session. Andy York turns up the pace as well, now managing to stick to the back of that BMW M2. And this is the beauty of Time Attack, is the variety of cars is just like nowhere else. And these two drivers in different classes, but running in the same session, a 30-something-year-old Peugeot and a basically brand new BMW M2. And they are both fair game, both of them with their headlights switched on, neither obliged to yield to anyone because they are on a hot lap. Those of you wondering how the competitive format runs, this is very much like a qualifying session that you might see wheel-to-wheel racing, in terms of what you want to do is get the fastest time possible within your class, the fastest lap time. People ask, is it to do with average lap time, some kind of other strange stuff? What the drivers are aiming to do is set, though, that's a big gaggle of cars now, loads of traffic coming into Paddock Hill. These very skilled drivers, though, seemingly managing to navigate all of that traffic because, of course, they are trying to set the fastest lap time possible within their class. But at the same time, everybody else is trying to do the exact same thing as well. And on a 1 mile long circuit, as small as Brands Hatch Indy, what that means is traffic is more so of a challenge than anywhere else. And that's why you see some drivers running with their headlights on and some with their headlights off. And Jimmy Broadbent there taking loads of curb coming through Graham Hill. Used to run flippy lights on his Mazda MX-5. This time going for the flush fixed headlights look, which is a shame because that was our only flippy light car that we had in Time Attack this year. There's of course also the Tegawa Honda NSX of Luke Senchikovsky, but that doesn't run flippy lights either for weight saving. It's got a light bar. So yes, because of the fact that these drivers aren't really running for track position, they're simply trying to set as fast a lap time as they can. There are ways that the drivers signal to each other and to the marshals what their intentions are. Now, generally, cars will struggle to do 20 laps of flat-out track driving. What most cars and drivers, unless it's a purpose-built race car like a TCR car, like maybe the Civic Cups, that are pretty much built for this. Generally speaking, most cars, their fluids and their tires and everything else don't like doing lap after lap after lap after lap after lap of flat-out driving. So the cars will see, the drivers will do a few hot laps and then a few cool-down laps, a few hot laps and a few cool-down laps, and they're all doing these at different times, which is why these headlights and cool-down lights come into play, so that the cars that are cooling down know to give track position to those who are on a hot lap, and those who are on a hot lap with their headlights on then don't have to yield to anybody else because they're on a hot lap. So this is the Time Attack etiquette. Everyone here aspires to be a good sports person. And if you're wondering why the headlights are on or off, then that's why. It gets a little bit confused. I haven't quite yet worked it out, because if the weather is raining, then you do need to have your headlights on, which then kind of looks like you're always on a hot lap. And not everyone uses the cool down lights. So it does get a little bit grey when the weather is raining. And it's been threatening to do so a few times already today. We've had a few little drizzles of rain. But so far, it seems to have stayed at bay. The weather's muggy, the weather's a little bit drizzly, but nothing too crazy. Apparently, it's going to be a bit of a washout tomorrow. So, RIP to all the show and shine people like spending their day cleaning cars, because that will have all been for nothing. But it does make the motorsport much more interesting to watch, in my opinion. Here we go, that's the number 119 machine of Mike Taylor, that Renault Sport Clio leading in Pocket Rocket. Andy York leading Classic and Retro with a 52.8. And then Clubman Plus, we have Aaron Reeve in the BMW M2 leading Clubman Plus. And like I mentioned, Mike Taylor, 3.5, leading his respective class Pocket Rocket. Andrew Hawes second in Clubman Plus with a 53.8 in that Mini Challenge 210. Named as such, as he explained to me, because there are only 210 of this car in existence, apparently. Maybe it's 210 horsepower. 210 means something. Last year's Clubman champion. And yes, he is in Clubman Plus now. And yes, he is running second to Aaron Reeve, but Aaron Reeve is a single round entry. So effectively, that would mean that Andrew Hawes is still, by my understanding, leading his class. And I think he would remain the same for the next 6 rounds. Championship is tomorrow. He would win that and carry on his winning streak. But, of course, very early days. There's only round 3 of, I think, 9 or 8. I'm not very into YouTube things, but from what I understand, he was building some serious time attack MX-5 that was a fun color, turquoise or teal or purple or something like that. Oh, minty, something to do with mint. This isn't that car. I think he bought this for time attack. Beautiful there through Graham Hill, taking just a nice amount of curve. Again, having upgraded from flappy lights to the admittedly much more modern-looking flush headlight. That's fine. That was once quite popular back in the day. And it's the same, you know. In the world of drifting, you can see the same with FC3S RX-7s, A86s. You know, cars that have flappy lights where they get converted to fixed headlights. It's kind of cool. Unchanged. So Andy York leading the way with half a minute to go, 52.8. Then we have Aaron Reeve leading Clubman Plus with a 53.0. Mike Taylor with a 53.5. And then also of interest is, and I flagged it before, very interesting in this Pocket Rocket Lotus Elise. Driven by Zaid Fahmy. First time I've seen this name car. He's currently second in class Pocket Rocket, 5th fastest overall with a 53.8. Very respectable time there in one of the most original time attack builds that I've seen. So often you see Lotus in time. Of course, it's very popular track day car, but you don't so often see them in circuit competition anymore these days. Anyway, checkered flag is now out, rounding up on Clubman Plus, Pocket Rocket, Classic Retro, and Club Sport qualifying. And I'm going to blast through these names quickly, but of course, do please follow along on the TSL Timing website.